So I caught the new superhero movie Brightburn over the weekend, and I thought for sure this was going to be a James Gunn movie. Now, he is a producer on the movie, but the director of the film is David Yarovsky. So it was a little bit different in my mind than it was as portrayed on screen, but I have to tell you, I enjoyed myself with this movie. It's incredibly dark. And it's not really a superhero tale. If you've seen any of the marketing, you kind of already have an understanding of what they were trying to achieve here. It's more of a what-if tale, kind of exploring the idea of what would happen if Superman turned out to be the world's greatest threat. Basically what Batman was worried about in Batman vs. Superman. It tells the story of a kid who comes crashing down to Earth in a spaceship, and then the parents, played by David Denman and Elizabeth Banks, find him and adopt him and try to raise him as if he is their own and give him all kinds of love and encouragement. But there's something incredibly dark and sinister about this little kid who starts to discover the powers that he has and starts to use them in all kinds of nefarious ways. And it's a startling story to watch on screen because you know that this guy has got just this latent ability and he's just starting to understand how powerful he is and what he can do. And all of a sudden all these images flicker through your mind where you think back when you were a kid flipping through Superman comics and wondering, what would it be like if Superman used his heat vision on an Earthling and just blasted a regular person with his laser eyes? I don't want to spoil too much, but you also get to see the just super strength and his invulnerability, and the character's got the ability to fly as well. He's got a really demonic, horrific kind of, first you start to see it portrayed in the drawings that this kid is having. It's almost as if the kid sort of gets possessed by this evil force and he starts drawing all of these things, and he's got a little emblem, this sort of two bees slapped together, and he just keeps drawing them over and over again, and he draws this character with this big red hood and this cloak and this flowing red cape. It's almost like the psychotic, bizarro opposite of Superman, and it's cool because they did explore this. DC has explored similar tales in a lot of its comic lore over the years. We've examined different alternate Earths in the DC multiverse where Superman is evil and some of his compatriots from the Justice League are also evil. So this is not unexplored territory in comic book fiction, but we haven't really seen any movies like this where we get to examine a character with superpowers just go all out. And the kid, portrayed by Jackson A. Dunn, is absolutely terrific. You really feel like he's a conflicted soul. He has that innocent face and he looks like he wants to do well.
I want to do good, Mom.
But then when he turns on the menace or the psycho vibes, it's like, yeah, I believe this kid is a psycho. Impressive work there. You also kind of believe most of the powers because it's not like over the top with, Aquaman style super heroics and special effects and stuff. We just see flashes of it. We see him whip across the screen super fast or blast through a house or pick up objects and drop them. We don't see all of the mechanics and the details that you would in sort of more traditional, bigger budget superhero movies. So it does feel, a little bit like Chronicle, like it's a lower budget kind of take. It's not found footage or anything like that, but it's definitely cool, and it's definitely a nice respite from all of the, the awesome superhero stuff that we're getting out there. Some mediocre superhero stuff too, but we have our pick of great superhero tales right now to lose ourselves in. So this is a nice flip. It's a horror movie with super heroics intertwined all the way through it. Is it as good as I hoped it would be? No. Is it as big as I hoped it would be? It's a bit like what M. Night Shyamalan did with Split, It's measured. But it brings up a lot of interesting internal discussion around all of this, and you're going to be talking about it with whoever you go and see this movie with, and I think it's going to be one of those cult showpieces that you're going to, watch late at night on Netflix, or you have a group of friends together at home and you'll say, you guys want to check out this Brightburn? I heard some good things about it. I was definitely entertained. I was definitely on the edge of my seat. And the one thing I will say is that it's probably a little bit gorier than you might expect. Some gruesome things happen when a kid with superpowers goes a bit crazy. I'm going to give Brightburn a 7.5 out of 10.